Star Ascension cards are required in order to make your characters the strongest. This video will be going over how you can obtain as many Star Ascension cards as possible, as well as how to manage them effectively and what you should be spending them on. So let's get into it. Star Ascension cards are legendary materials that can buff up your characters, improving their overall stats such as their attack or HP, and even their overall battle power. These cards are used to unlock talent sigils, which provide additional damage and support buffs to your characters to increase their overall BP. These cards are also used to ascend your character's exclusive items such as their keepsakes and exclusive badges, as well as equipable items such as gears and buff gears. As of July 2023, everyone can get a minimum of around 25 to 29 Star Ascension cards each month. You can get one card every week from the Genetic Store, one from the Exchange Store in World Disaster, and 2 from the Exchange Store in Peak Arena. You can get 3 cards every fortnight from the Exchange Store in Dojo Clash, and finally you can get 2 cards every month from the Daily Sign-In event, and between 1 to 5 cards in Live Clash, depending on the amount of points you finished on at the end of every season. Another great way to obtain as many Star Ascension cards as possible is through the Supply Depot. You can use Ascension supply vouchers to either get them from gear material drones, which have a 13.3% chance to drop a card, or you can purchase a card for every 24 drones you open from the gear material and research material drones. Some advice with the Supply Depot method is to never open either drone until raid-up events occur, which normally happen once a month. The next Ascension raid-up event should be next week, so please save all of your tickets until then. Also, with every drone you open, spend all of your supply coins on Ascension cards only. Please never spend them on anything else such as a My Mask or Beast King's keepsake. Trust me, this was a rookie mistake most players did in the beginning of the game, including myself, and I regret it heavily. So please spend all of your supply coins on Ascension cards only. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please, please, please get as many Ascension cards as possible onto your account. And for the spenders in this game, another way of obtaining Star Ascension cards are through limited time purchasable packs such as in limited time stores, or after beating certain stages in the Institute of Genetics for a limited time. As well as this, you can also buy Ascension supply vouchers from the daily $2 value packs, or through the limited recruit packs where the most expensive packs provide more vouchers. However, this method is very expensive as these materials are very overpriced, so I would not recommend purchasing these packs unless you have hundreds of dollars that you can spare on for this game. I've heard that the game developers are working on decreasing most purchasable items in this game, so we'll have to wait and see if they manage to do so. So for low and medium spenders on this game, please don't spend your money on getting these Ascension cards. As of this recording, I currently have 453 Star Ascension cards in total on my account. You may find that spenders have a lot more than me, since I haven't spent any funds on these cards in particular, so this is a good amount to have if you started playing at the very beginning of the game. You can see from the main 7 units that I use, many cards have been used in evolving everyone's keepsakes to 2 stars, and everyone's exclusive badges to about 3 to 4 stars. Then looking deeper into my top 3 units, I have spent a quarter of my total cards on my main unit, being RMG, followed by a moderate amount between Watchdog Man and Garo. Now this spread of Ascension cards have been working out for me at the moment, but there are some flaws with my current situation that I am going to go over, as well as who I recommend to invest most of your Star Ascension cards into. So for starters, you should focus spending most of your Star Ascension cards on either 1 or 2 of your best characters, which I recommend to be focusing on either RMG, ATT, or both. Then, you can spend a good amount of Ascension cards on 2 to 3 other strong units, such as Garo and Watchdog Man in my case. But you can use any other LSSR character that you like. Now, I'll be going over what order you need to be spending your Ascension cards on, and on how many units for per feature. So, your top priority, at a minimum, you should be focusing on ascending all 6 or 7 of your main unit's keepsake badges to 2 stars, which cost 3 cards each, and then ascending all of their exclusive badges to 3 to 4 stars, which will cost 7 or 15 cards each respectively. Upgrading their exclusive items is a must-have for your main units, as it will boost your character's overall attack and HP stats for a much more cost-effective alternative than ascending your gears first. The second most important use for the Ascension cards is to focus on unlocking the first 3 sigils for all of your main characters in order to unlock their third talent page. The first sigil will cost 3 cards, whilst the second and third sigils will cost 6 cards each, totaling at 15 cards needed to unlock all 3 sigil slots. Once you unlock your character's third talent page, you can revert the Star Ascension cards you used to unlock the first 3 sigils in order to get your cards back, and you can decide to either reuse them to unlock every other character's third talent page or save them for other investments. Do keep in mind that you have a limit of reverting 10 sigils every month, so make sure you don't keep reverting each sigil carelessly and plan out who to revert first. With the rest of your talent sigils for your top 3 units, you can revert certain sigils to save your Ascension cards for your best unit, such as what I've done with Garo and Watchdog Man, as I have reverted Garo's support sigils and Watchdog Man's damage sigils, since Garo is an attacking unit and Watchdog Man is a tank unit, so their other stats are not necessary to be wasting my Ascension cards on, as I would rather be spending those cards onto RMG instead. So with these spare Ascension cards, you can use them to unlock the sigils on your best character's third talent page, which cost 15 cards each. In my case, I would only recommend buying RMG's damage sigils since she requires more attack than HP, but you can also unlock all of her other sigils if you want to, which I did since my main focus is to make her as strong as possible. Only open all of your sigil slots on your strongest character, rather than all of your top 3 units, as these spare Ascension cards can be used for your gears. The third most important use for the Ascension cards is to focus on ascending your buff gears. Ascending these buff gears will increase the main stat of your buff gear in increments of 5, which I would recommend to reach up to 3 stars each at a minimum for your best character. The reason why buff gears are much better to ascend rather than your regular gears is that the stat bonus improves in multiples of 5 instead of 4, where you will gain higher increases if you focus more on ascending buff gears instead of your regular gears. For example, this buff gear when 2-starred increases attack by 15%, whilst this regular gear when 2-starred increases attack by 14%, and this buff gear when 3-starred increases attack by 20%, whilst this regular gear when 3-starred increases attack by 18%. The reason why I have less Ascension cards on my buff gears than my regular gears is because I haven't been able to get an orange demon class gear with the attack stat, but if I did, I would 3-star it straight away. So another tip is that never ascend your purple buff gears if you have access to orange buff gears. You'll just have to play the patience game, such as what I'm currently doing for my RMG, as I don't want to be wasting my gems and resources on purple gears, as well as reverting those purple gears with my gems. Also, what I would recommend when ascending your buff gears compared to your regular gears is to always have your buff gears 1 star higher than each of your regular gears, since they'll provide a bigger boost with less Ascension cards used. So in my case, I'm going to 3-star all of my buff gears first, then keep my regular gears at 2 stars. But once I have enough Ascension cards, my next goal is to get all of my buff gears to 4 stars, then all the rest of my regular gears to 3 stars. For most players, having a 4-star set of buff gears would suffice, so that you can start focusing on sharing more of your Ascension cards on other buff gears on other stronger characters. But the max you can go for is a 5-starred set of buff gears with a 4-starred set of regular gears, as long as you have enough Ascension cards to do so. When distributing your Ascension cards across your buff gears for other units, I would mainly focus on your main character only, where if you would like to, then you can put 1 or 2 stars on another one of your lesser main characters, as long as you use them and have a good buff gear onto them. And finally, the last most important use for the Ascension cards is to focus on ascending your regular gears. As I have stated before, focus on ascending them so that they're mostly 1 star under what your buff gears currently are. I also strongly recommend to only spend your Star Ascension cards on gears that have either attack percent, HP percent, or crit rate percent as the main substat, as you'll get the most value out of these compared to attack plus or HP plus. Make sure that this is the second overall stat on the gear, as the extra substats on glittering bonus gears do not increase when ascending that specific gear, so please take that into account when you plan on using glittering bonus gears. You can also use broken sets instead of using gear sets on your strongest characters, if they have better stats and can provide more value onto your character if you don't have the best stats for a gear set, such as what I'm currently going through for my RMG at the moment, where instead of using either a primal or gangster set, I am currently using a broken set with 3 attack bonuses and 1 crit rate, since she has a higher attack now than if I used my best primal set. Also, you can ascend certain other substats such as speed, crit damage, or damage rate depending on the character, but they shouldn't be your top priority unless your character relies on such substats, such as Amai with speed or with SSR Genos with damage rate. And that's everything you need to know on how to manage your Star Ascension cards effectively. If you want to stay up to date with everything you need to know about One Punch Man the Strongest, then subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell in order to stay updated on every guide I release, in order to make your One Punch Man account the strongest. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment down below if you have any questions about my video or possible future content. Until next time!